Well, it's great to have you back, Glynn. It's always a highlight of a year to have you around in camp. Besides the hunting that's great, you provide us with a lot of entertainment, which is always good. Yeah, we know we've our third safari together, and we've collected quite a few species. We've shot 2 of the big 5 so far, but we're going to go out now and just see what we can find on this property. There's a lot of excellent eland around, there's buffalo around, and let's just go out for this morning to start off and see how we do, eh? One thing when you're classing for giraffe, it doesn't take too long to see if they're here or not. Stalk, because then if we just walk, if they can see us, they might give a chance. Okay, so just keep on walking around. So one on the left. Just wait, you don't have a shot. Wait, this angle is wrong. So let him turn a bit more. Just watch what happens now. Just watch what happens. Okay, hit him. Okay. Glenn's been wanting to hunt a giraffe on all of his trips, and eventually we decided to do it this trip. I think we spotted this giraffe with the herd about, what was it, about 10 o'clock or 9:30?
That's right.
And it's about, what's after 12 now, so we've had a good hunt of it. We did a couple of stalks on this bull. And they just wouldn't give us a chance. Each time we'd get under 100 yards, they'd take off, and eventually we let them go over the hill and settle down, and we did another stalk, and Glynn did an excellent shot. Glynn?
Yeah, there was another cow that was standing right behind him that just had me in lockdown for a few minutes.
Yeah.
Well, it probably wasn't even a few minutes. It was maybe a minute, and I was a little nervous because I knew that they wouldn't hold for very long in the past when we were seeing them. So, you know, the fact that, you know, she stepped forward or he stepped forward and finally he was clear. And I don't know, we were inside of 100 yards and I hit him good. It was a phenomenal hunt. I can't believe that this has just happened. This is just like a dream come true. So all I can say is thanks, Greg, and thanks to Carl for helping to make this dream happen.
He's just turned. Yeah. He's walking to the left. Yeah. Just watch that one. Good. He's going to the left.
His eyes towards.
All right, so it's day 2 here in Eastern Cape with John X Safaris at the Woodlands Estate, and man, we chased red hartebeest all over this place, and every time we'd close the distance, they would take off on us. So we kind of had a plan that they were gonna be coming through this draw here, and so we set up to take them. And while we were waiting on red hartebeest, this old warthog came through, and it was just too good an opportunity to pass up.
We've come along down to the coast. We're going to try and get Glynn a blue duiker. They're coming in to drink water, so that's why I'm talking quietly. I don't want to be too... They're very skittish animals. And we're going to head into the blind now and take a seat. See how we do.
Sounds good.
Good shot. Alright, well done, Glynn. You got yourself a wonderful blue duiker ram. We came in this afternoon, a little bit earlier on obviously, and we sat down in the blind. And we were, how long were we there for? About almost an hour or so?
If even an hour.
Yeah.
It might have been an hour, but it seemed so fast.
It did, you know, and the amazing thing is 1 minute there wasn't anything there, then all of a sudden Bushy, the cameraman, and you saw it coming along.
But just a few minutes before that, everybody was dozing off in the blind. So the fact that anyone was awake when he appeared is a miracle.
Yeah, you're right. I was actually dozing when you came in. I wasn't. I was alert. But you know, well done, Glynn. This is like
Thanks.
the smallest African antelope you can get, and you did a great shot. This is his property, and we are to Vita Dart Rhino. Glynn previously has hunted lion and buffalo on this property, so he's going to hopefully get the third of his big five. I'll let Peter take over from here and explain a little bit more.
Well, welcome guys, Greg, Glynn, good to have you with us, and looking forward to an exciting day. We've seen some tracks here, and we haven't sighted any rhino yet, but there's a nice little pocket of trees here, and they may have gone to bed down in here, Glynn, so we'll go in and just take a look and see if we can spot anything.
Glynn, track on the back spotted a rhino, but it's the black rhino. It's not the white rhino that we want to go for, so we're going to keep on carrying on looking. There are white rhino obviously in the area, but we don't want to try and go disturb this black rhino this time of the day in any way.
Alright, sounds
so
good.
Keep on going.
We roll.
Okay. Morning guys, this is the second morning actually our first morning that we're coming out looking for the rhino that we're going to put a Vita Dart into. As we looked yesterday evening, and it was quite interesting. We were quite close to a black rhino.
Oh yeah, oh amazing.
So yes, hopefully today we can find these white rhino. There are 3 that live around in this area. We haven't seen them yet, but we just found some tracks going up the road. first stalk didn't work out. We ran out of cover and the wind changed on us. As you can see, we've shedded a bit of clothing now. It's getting warmer. Just upping the crew this time of the day. It's quite hard with the wind, with all the thermals and stuff.
It's swirling.
It's swirling a lot. So once it heats up a little bit more, it should be more consistent.
What a shot.
Good.
So just did this Vita Dart here with John X Safaris, and I'm going to tell you what, this is an experience of a lifetime. And actually, this is what conservation is all about. It's a hunt, true hunt. We had to shoot him inside of 30 yards, and he was on the run. And you know, the money that we put into this sort of Vita Dart is good for the animal. He gets checked out by a vet right now on the spot, and that money goes into conservation because we're going to ensure that these animals are safe from the poachers. So I couldn't be happier with this hunt today. This is an opportunity of a lifetime. Time has flown by. We've been having a great adventure here with John X Safaris, and just took down a beast of a red hartebeest, and couldn't be happier with this big old bull. So we caught him out in the open. They did not want to let us close the gap, so we had to use every tool in our belt this time, because then when we rolled up on the group, the sea parted. All of the cows and other bulls that were in the group moved aside, and he was left standing perfectly broadside at under 200 yards. And we had the 375, and it just knocked his lights out. So I'm tickled to death. It was an awesome hunt. I don't know where to begin. We were heading in for lunch. I was about ready to go relax, and before going out again for the afternoon, and saw a herd of eland run across in front of us, and this big boy was in the mix. And so we try to make a plan, as we always do, and it's never as simple as just a straightforward plan, is it? So we worked our way around the side of a hill, thought they would be going up that hill, and then they turned and went into the wind, which didn't help us at all. So they kept on going. I finally went below a ridge where they couldn't see us anymore, and we closed the distance. And you know, I don't know, we probably shot him at 135 yards.
That's right.
And he was standing broadside, and all the others kind of cleared the way for him and made a great shot. He didn't run, 50 yards maybe.
Yeah. It was a nice talk.
We're gonna go check on where we think there might be some buffalo. Get a chance, kind of a opportunistic chance. Take a buffalo. We'll hope for the best. We're gonna give it a go.
Put in some hard miles this morning chasing buffalo, and we saw some good bulls, really good bulls. Just couldn't get them in the distance, and we had one in about 40 yards, but in some really thick stuff, and we just couldn't get a shot on him. Wouldn't want to put it through the brush to take a not very clever shot. And anyway, we chased him, and we put in some long miles tracking.
Yes.
And it wasn't meant to be today. And there's no better place than coming on safari with John X Safaris, and I highly recommend it to any of those that care to watch this. Okay, here we are. This is the end of the safari. Tomorrow morning, we're packing up, we're going home. But not before celebration tonight, because this is one hell of a buffalo, and I couldn't be happier. Here I am in the East Cape with John X Safaris. It's been a 7-8 day, I can't even keep track how many days, but we've had some fun. We've even had some spa time for the girls. And I'd had a few other items I wanted to hunt first, and we did it. And I took an opportunistic view on buffalo, and I don't know, even if I'd have planned to come after a buffalo, if we would have gotten one like this. So the opportunistic view and take what Africa gives you is what it's all about. And I am thrilled. So a big thanks to Greg for having faith in me, helping me get in close. We did a lot of crawling on our butts, on our hands and knees, and we got in, I don't know, maybe 110 yards. And he was standing perfect broadside for me, and I crawled into some thorns and just sat up straight, got a good profile of him, and I put it right on his shoulder, and he took one shot and he was dead. He ran uphill a little bit, but probably not more than 60 yards, and I am thrilled. Big thanks to Carl for helping make this happen, and everybody that's been a part of this, and man, can't wait for my next trip.